we're going to get another inspection. That's the message coming from Port Hamilton Refining and Transportation following a scathing report emanating out of a recent inspection by Environmental Protection Agency officials. The EPA report outlined a surfeit of issues caused by a chronic lack of maintenance, all which combined to pose a risk of fire, explosions, and the catastrophic release of harmful chemicals, according to inspectors, some of which could have off-site impact. The inspectors also slammed PHRT officials for not being able to provide key pieces of documentation, including, quote, a current hazard assessment for those parts of the operation that currently contain extremely hazardous substances on site. In a statement issued late Wednesday, PHRT said it would provide the information the EPA has requested of it, but also that it would hire independent third-party certified inspectors to, quote, inspect the equipment identified to address any concerns about systems' mechanical integrity. During their inspection in September, which came after a pile of petroleum coke caught fire and smoldered for days before it was extinguished, EPA officials found that equipment at the refinery was riddled with corrosion, in certain cases so severe that it caused exfoliation of the metal, meaning pieces were flaking off. The corrosion affected process valves, flanges, pipes, nuts, bolts, pressure relief devices, and gaskets, and was extensive enough that it, quote, demonstrates severely compromised integrity and operability. The degree of rusting, the EPA determined, showed a chronic and systemic lack of routine preventative maintenance, and conditions, according to inspectors, quote, demonstrate a risk of imminent release of extremely hazardous substances. The facility has been maintained, says PHRT, since their joint winning bid with West Indies Petroleum was accepted and ownership of the refinery on St. Croix's south side fell into their hands. The company says it employs a team of, quote, experienced refinery personnel supported by industry experts. It is the experience of these personnel, the company told EPA inspectors, that PHRT depends on to keep things running safely, despite the absence of standard operating procedures and the lack of operator training records. Without addressing any of the EPA's worrisome findings, the PHRT statement nevertheless sought to reassure community members that the company was committed to safely restarting the facility. Quote, the safety of our refinery employees and the safety of the community are our #1 priority, PHRT wrote.